There's going to be some extremely good running backs that fall super far in this year's draft, one of which may be one of my personal favorites, Jordan James, running back out of Oregon. While the numbers may not show it, Jordan was able to come in with an immediate role with the Ducks. He'd be used primarily as a short yardage back in his first season and would be a fantastic backup to now Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Bucky Irving in his second season. He'd be able to grab the starting job in his third season, and he would definitely not disappoint. He'd record 1,267 yards and 15 touchdowns, establishing himself as one of the better backs in the NCAA. He'd be selected as second team All-Big Ten and would help Oregon to the 1 seed in the college football playoffs. Although Oregon would lose in shocking fashion against the eventual national champion Ohio State, Jordan would declare for the 2025 NFL Draft and receive an invite to the NFL Combine. Taking a look at Jordan's consistent statistical improvement every season, it's not surprising to say that he's a very polished runner. He constantly flashes his eye-popping acceleration, especially through holes at the line that can stun linebackers and make them second-guess their run assignment.
Feed him in, here he goes! Jordan James able to cut.
This pairs well with his good lateral agility, being able to change directions quickly that can allow him to avoid defenders. Jordan is also noted for his patience when approaching the line of scrimmage, allowing blocks to develop before bursting through the hole provided, which is something that seemingly comes naturally. He utilizes his compact frame and low center of gravity well that gives tacklers very little real estate to grab onto and bring him down, while showing off a surprising punch that allows him to plow into defenders like a wrecking ball to maximize his potential yards. Pairing well with his great ball security, having very few fumbles during his college career. Jordan also has a great nose for the end zone, having 31 touchdowns due to his ability to find creases close to the goal line. But one of the biggest draws for Jordan could be his limited carry count. He was able to produce at a high level with only 386 carries in his college career, which could attract suitors looking for a more long-term option at running back with the experience needed. Jordan is definitely a great runner, but his pass-catching ability is lacking. He doesn't necessarily have a great route tree, relying mostly on dump-offs and throws out of the backfield that are meant to be wide open, which keeps him from playing on the line as a receiver if needed. He can also struggle with concentration drops, which points further to his limited receiving ability. Jordan is also not a great pass protector, lacking the proper technique to do so with an inconsistent anchor and iffy positioning that oftentimes leads him to lunge at a pass rusher rather than setting his feet and establishing leverage. Okay, so Jordan isn't great in the pass game, but he's a flawless rusher, right? Well, he's got an issue with his ball carrier vision when approaching the line. He occasionally gets tunnel vision when rushing towards the line that can cause him to miss cutback opportunities and can lead him to not seeing defenders in the backfield. There's also a question about how much of Jordan's success is his own doing rather than the stellar offensive line play he had at Oregon. He hasn't really needed to create for himself when blocks break down, which leads some scouts to question how Jordan could do behind a worse line at the next level. And while it may mean nothing to worry about, Jordan did struggle with a couple of injuries in his junior year, an unspecified lower body injury against Maryland and a head injury against Ohio State in the playoffs, both of which took him out of the games. I've been very high on Jordan since I started doing these videos. I think his good combine and great career at Oregon are being drastically overlooked. Some of the weaknesses scouts say about Jordan seem pretty nitpicky to me, and personally, I think his success speaks for itself. He reminds me a lot of early career Ezekiel Elliott, being very similar in body types while having the great burst that constantly surprises you. In fact, even a lot of Jordan's downsides are very similar to what Elliott struggled with in the NFL during his later years. Jordan's draft stock has been a bit of a roller coaster, constantly going up and down, but unfortunately his stock is trending down at the worst possible moment. I would have liked to see Jordan go back to college for another year and come out next year just because I know he's going to go a lot lower than he should. I could definitely see Jordan going in the 4th or 5th round, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went higher or even lower. There's really no telling with this year's draft class. I really hope that a team sees the potential that I see in Jordan and takes a chance on him to mold him into the starting running back I know he can be. But what do you guys think about Jordan James? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like Jordan or my analysis of him, make sure to like the video and maybe subscribe for more content just like this. Hey everyone, I just wanted to take this moment to thank you guys. We hit another massive milestone on the channel today. We hit 200 subscribers, and I never would have imagined actually getting to 200 subscribers. I didn't think I was going to get to 100 subscribers. So it really surprised me that I was able to get any kind of traction in the football community. I know there are maybe some questions on what I plan on doing after the draft. I will have a video talking about that, talking about my plans for post-draft simply. But guys, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate the 200 subscribers. It means a lot to me. And I know the number doesn't sound like a big number, but it's bigger than anything I could have ever imagined. Also, if you haven't heard, I'm going to be live for all 3 days of the NFL draft, giving my draft analysis and opinions. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at making face-to-face videos. Other than that, guys, thank you again for 200 subscribers. You guys have a good rest of your day.